Right, good evening, everybody. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. We are back in VP4TV here for the one-loss side match tonight, supposedly between Albinario and Bedhead. This match was thought to have been going ahead last night. Albinario told me earlier in the day that it was more than likely going to be 9 p.m. last night, which would have suited me fine. However, that changed during the day. Albinario was taken ill. I don't know what the illness was, dodgy stomach or whatever, but it was called off. It wasn't actually scheduled at all, but it has been scheduled today, and this is a deadline day for the match to be played. The deadline is 10 p.m. British summertime tonight. I had hoped that One Pocket Slim would be rounding about to cover this because it is starting that bit too late for me. It starts at the bottom of the hour at 10:30, but Slim hasn't been around, so I have a short shift tomorrow, so that will have to do. Let me have a quick look. The one-loss side, we can see that we have this match with Albinario and Bedhead, and the winner of this match will play Coldest Pillow in that semi-final match. Of course, we have Cobra, who is in the final. One interesting stat is that Cobra has the best average run in the whole of the tournament. He has an average run of 30, and the other guys are closely behind. Obviously, the lowest out of the ones that are left is Coldest Pillow. But Albinario and Bedhead, I think, are just two of the players that have a century run in this tournament. Cobra is actually, his high run, I think, is just 82. Now, you would think we'd have to be putting something better than that in the final to win this thing. But meanwhile, Albinario and Bedhead are going to have to decide it out between one another. Now, I'm still not 100% certain that this is going to go ahead. The match is on the schedule, as we know, and I'm looking to see that Albinario hasn't forfeited, and he hasn't done that. So the assumption is that it is going to go ahead. And so we will just bide our time and see what happens. In fact, what I'll do is I'll get my phone up and running. Again, no message from Steve saying whether he was going to join us or not. So I'll have a look. I have got Discord open just in case. And I'll bring up the chat on my phone again, this chat that I don't like. There we go. Right. Let's go into the chat filter and see how many it's showing. Right, it's showing that we've got 4 people in the chat at the moment. Good evening. And, well, we've got about 6 minutes to go, and it looks like both of you, unless they've communicated with one another, I presume both of them are just going to turn up at the last minute because there's no sign of Albinario. We know Albinario's habits usually to turn up. Bedhead, well, he's either in or out. You're not sure what he's going to do. He might turn up 15 minutes before the start, get some practice, but there's been no sign of him either. So we just have to hope that one of them's going to show. What is that, Larry? Ella? No, you've got me in that one. That's gone right over my head. I don't know what you're talking about. Remember, you got to remember, it's come up to 8:30 at night, so half of my brain is shut down already. You're going to have to actually... Ella. Who the hell is Ella then, Larry? My name's not Ella. Anyway, good evening, good afternoon. I'll do a quick tab while I've got a time. Yeah, no sign there. Right then, so all we'll do is just twiddle our thumbs. I've got no music in this. There's nothing to play. There's nothing to jump back and forward to. Yep. Well, I might as well just bore you to death with the stats then. Like I said earlier there, Cobra has the highest average run, I believe. If you look at that, he's on 30, and then you've got Albinario in 29 point, the odds, and Interchange X 28, but he's now gone. Acero's gone. Matt's gone. Coldest Pillows high average run is 21. Bedhead's is in fact, Coldest Pillows got a better average run than Bedhead. Although having said that, he's played more games, hasn't he? At the moment, by the look of the stats. So, and the other thing, of course, is the high run. Surprisingly, that with these big pockets, there's only been 2, 3, 4, 5 century runs. The highest is still Acero. Albinario came close, fell short. Matt's 121 was there for a while. Bedhead, and then of course Cobra sitting there on 82 as his high run. And meanwhile, Bedhead has arrived in the lobby. Steve has just PM'd me, and no doubt he'll be coming to join us. Or tell me that he can't. One of the two. You still haven't told me who Ella is, Larry. Right, so Steve was just inquiring whether I'm streaming or not. And he will be with us in a second. I'll just tab out to get him. Testing, 1, 2. Now, hopefully things are coming through in Discord. He's still not in Discord yet. I'm just checking my mic's working in it. And it's definitely lighting up. Good afternoon, good evening to Steve. And I am not hearing you. I am not hearing you. Let me just check my audio settings in case my audio settings aren't set right. Hold on a minute. Make sure I've got the right sound. Hold on a minute. That's wrong. Let me just set that. That's the wrong one. Hold on. Right, I should be hearing you now.
Okay. Well.
Aye, that's better. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So this room's about to go up. Still no sign of Albinario. Albinario was taken ill yesterday, and
well, he sent me an email or a message to support, and
yeah,
it
about
essentially
possibly extending the time. Yeah.
Yeah. So which is always fine with me. I mean, the issue is always going to be who goes on, and my response is the same response that I always give. Yeah, we can delay the match, but if the next match against Coldest Pillow can't be scheduled, then the winner of your match forfeits, because it's unfair to the next guy because you're running into his scheduling time now. So it's got to be that whoever won this match would be a forfeit if they couldn't get the schedule done. And that's what I tell everybody all the time. So it's nothing new. And I never heard back from Albinario.
Well, here he is. He's arrived. So we have a match, and we'll get in.
Let's hope he's feeling okay. You never know. He might play better with the fever. Although,
Right, Larry's still not explained who Ella is. Larry came into the chat, said Ella, then said hello, and then he said nothing else. Anyway, we'll worry about that. Albinario on the right, Bedhead on the left. Race to 150.
yeah, I think given that Albinario plays the way he's been playing, Bedhead's going to have to come up with a hell of a match.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. We've got the old Swedish chat going here in the room. Well, Albinario's won the lag. Bedhead, as predicted, has been put in. Now, I wonder if Bedhead could come up with a break that Coldest Pillow had in his match with Cobra, because that was spot on. And the answer to that is...
That's a pretty good break.
The answer to that is, well, it's a good break, but it doesn't stop a pot in the ball.
Now
in VP4.
The only thing about it is you want to go to the long rail first and then the end rail. You want to put the guy on the end rail. But yeah, I mean, that's... The 8 ball would have been okay because that's not that easy a shot. The 4 ball, that's too easy. Yeah, you got to clip that 5. You know, you want to clip it with a ton of spin on it. So you come around and hit the long rail and then go to the end rail. So this could be painful right off the bat. I mean, but, you know, in a lot of games, the lag's super important. I mean, in one pocket, it's a huge, huge thing because you might only be playing a race to 3, at most a race to 5. And having the breaks a big advantage. So you want to be the guy that gets the most breaks. It's alternate break, but you want to be the guy that gets the extra break. And in straight pool, I mean, you only get one break, and it could be devastating. I mean, in real life, there's been quite a few times where guys ran like a 150 and out. So if you lost the lag and then hit a break where he got a shot, you could never get out of your seat.
Yeah.
Well, hello to Has. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to go get some coffee. I don't want to jinx Albin, but I'm expecting to be at the table when I get back.
One chat setting on this phone shows me 4 in the chat. The other one I've just switched to shows 9. That's the only way I found out Has was in the stream.
Yeah, I'm showing 9 on mine. All right, I'll be back.
Okay. Those 2 balls, the 5 and 9, where the 7 ball is, they can easily be disturbed. And they're not set as a combo, or the 1 ball can do the bump as well. Don't know whether he wants to consider doing that now or trying to get rid of the 5 now. Well, that's now created another problem. That 7 ball's now in the mix. The 7 ball goes in the back end into that other corner pocket. But you would either have to roll that 14 in or roll down the 11, or get the break like that. Now, he's lucky. He's extremely lucky that he's got a bailout ball, but it's dodgy. This 2 ball right over the top of the 5. Well, that's the wrong. I've got it on default 40 again. I don't like that for streaming. Table's too long. That's much better. So it looks like from this end of the table that the 14 ball may well be sitting in that prime spot. And it certainly is. Well, the 13 ball can be worked as well, although it's higher up in the pack or in the triangle. So now he's going to have to nip this back a little bit, this cue ball. Unless he's going to roll through and try and play one of the, well, he's going to play the other one up the table, but see, I would have thought that's the one he wanted to keep for his, to get to the break ball, and I think he's hit that wrong. I think this is the one he wanted to be playing into that pocket to get to the break shot, but he's having to bail out on it. And this should be good enough, though. He's perfectly good on that. Has that got enough angle? Yes, he has. Cue ball heads back up table or down table, whatever way you want to describe, and again, he's good to go. With also what looks to be another couple of break balls in place, one ball and a three on that left side of the pack. Well, as ever, when you get in first in this game, you're trying desperately to make a mark. You're trying to make a score and put that initial pressure onto your opponent. And Albinario is way short of that yet. He's going to need another 3-4 racks.
Okay, as expected, he's still at the table. Didn't he
run
a 300 and something the other day?
He said he ran 300 in practice. He showed me a screenshot of it.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you something, running 300 in practice is not easy to do. I mean, I never play straight pull, but because nobody plays it, but I practice it,
Maybe it was easier to do it in Photoshop though, Steve.
Yeah. Photoshop's a little easier.
Welcome to Bill.
Oh, hi, Bill.
So those two balls, one of them obviously has to go. Either the one or the three, if you're assuming that nothing's going to be bumped here and disturb anything, but there are balls in that area that could end up either bumping one of them out the way or ending up being the break ball themselves.
Yeah, I mean, you can shoot the one ball up table. It's better to break on the three. The one's very close to the rack. It's hard to control the cue ball when it's close. You know that shot where it shoots off the rack and goes into the corner pocket? More likely if the object ball is close to the rack. And the reason why is because the spin doesn't have a chance to take well. Like when you start drawing it, if you draw it, and the ball's a little further away, the spin starts taking. And when it's real close, that's tricky.
Well, I could watch the snooker on what do you call it, Discovery Plus, because that's TNT Sports have got the World Snooker Championship, but I just don't like listening to Joe Johnson, so I stick with the BBC.
Oh, you know what? You just you turn off the commentary. You don't have to have commentary.
Oh no, I like to listen to the knowledgeable commentators, but there are annoying commentators as well.
Yeah. Yeah, well done there. He'll work through this. He'll probably play the 13 and leave the 3, but I mean, all these balls go.
Welcome to Coldest Pillow.
See if he decides to slide up for the 13 right now. That's what I'd probably do. That 9's a little straight. We'll see whether he's going to try to do it. Yep, that's what he tried, and he didn't get there. And why I say he didn't get there is because he can't shoot the 13 without bumping the 3. He had to get at least straight in or higher than it. Now he's got a problem.
Yeah.
And that's why I was saying if he thinks he can get there. I mean, you don't want to shoot that 9 ball if you're not sure you can get above it. Because see, then he just has to destroy his break ball, and that's
that's
what you
him
don't
done
want.
for there. Well, he's
I think he can
could
break
use
off
the
the
one.
one. It's a little bit high. I mean, side pocket break, it's really pretty good, but he doesn't have a ball to get on it. But you can break with that 1 ball into the corner. You just may not be able to hit him super hard. Well, obviously he's not going to break on the 1 ball, and I don't know how many of these guys try to break on the high balls like that. I mean,
well, I'm thinking he's going to break from the side where the 8 and the 3 is. He's going to go into the pack from that way, or I mean, he's going to get rid of either of them to leave the 5. Is that the 5 or the 3 at the back? Well, it's one of the two. It's the 5 at the back of the pack.
well, I think he's going to try to break on the 3, and there's nothing wrong with that, but getting on it's tricky. Well, maybe he's going to try the 5. He may try the 5. I don't like. Yeah, he's going to do the 5 because
I don't like this either.
Well, the good thing about this is
angle.
You can get it going sideways. So you want to hit the rack, the 2 or the 9. You don't want to hit before that. And he hit before it, but the cue ball came out, so everything's good. He got the 15-9 at the same time, but you see how the cue ball came up? Mm-hmm. That's what you want. You want the cue ball to come up above the rack on that shot.
Right, so far so good. Are they moving the World Championship away from the Crucible? No, because the Crucible Theatre is contracted until 2027 to host the World Championships. If you listen to what Barry Hearn said this afternoon, that's what he said. It's there for another 2 years, but that's why things are in motion at the moment to try and get Sheffield Council to come up with a solution for a bigger venue, or to I don't know whether they want to increase the capacity of the Crucible Theatre.
We'll end up in China in a few years. Well, you know what they should do is move it around. I mean, that's what they're doing now in pool. I mean, Matchroom is running the pool, and you know, they had the World Championship in Dubai this year. Of course, probably helped that the Saudis put in a huge purse.
Yeah,
but,
of course, the money talks.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, it's good. It's good for the game to move it around. I mean, having it in China, well, you know, the Chinese will go crazy about it. It'll really make snooker a lot more popular.
The problem with holding it in China is the Chinese etiquette with mobile phones is absolutely awful. You've got phones going on and off all the time. You'll need to watch one tournament from China, and you can hear the phones are ringing all the time. They don't listen to what they're told. There'll be an awful lot of disruption.
Well, I'll tell you what says. I'll tell you what says it all is when I went to Beijing, there were signs that said "Don't spit on the sidewalk."
Mm-hmm, yeah, and the Japanese don't like you using your phones in public. I don't think. I think there's a Japanese etiquette with mobile phones.
Well, certainly in the event where things are supposed to be quiet, like in golf, you know, it's a big sin to have your phone go off.
Well, I know at the Open Championship, the last time I was there, that was when they started taking your phone off you, and you had to go and collect it. And I think they do that at the Masters. There's a no phone policy at the Masters.
Yeah, well, you can have your phone, but it's got to be in airplane mode. You know, that's the simple thing. It's just put it in airplane mode.
Yeah, where you're not getting anything coming. Yeah.
See, people try to do stuff like, oh, well, I still want to be able to text and stuff, and you know, it'll vibrate, it won't make noise, but they don't understand how to use their phone, and then all of a sudden, it's making noise.
Yeah, but you know why that is, though, Steve? Because the vast majority of people, I'll say that again, the vast majority of people with phones haven't a bloody clue what you're talking about when you say airplane mode. They have no idea. All they know is that you press this button to get to ring out.
No,
and you hit that button when somebody rings in. That's a lot of people are a bit thick when it comes to that, Steve.
Even a Scotsman knows airplane mode. Come on.
Yeah, I know that. You know. I know that because I learned it. But as I said, there's a lot of people who just have no clue. I mean, before the snooker starts, the master of ceremonies tells the audience, make sure your phones are switched off. Do they listen to him? Well, 95% do, but then there's the other 2 that don't. And then you hear the phones going off even during the World Championships.
Yeah. If you're gonna have it
Be
on,
like me.
you gotta make sure it's silent.
Well, be like me, have no friends at all, and then nobody texts you, nobody phones you. I don't have any problems like that at all.
But you know what? It's partly the phone manufacturer's fault because it is because like airplane mode, if you just like drag down from the top on your phone, they'll be in airplane mode. You just hit it. I'm in airplane mode. They make it real easy to do airplane modes, and the reason why is because it's required when you fly. All they have to do is the same thing. You pull it down, and there's a silent mode. And I don't know, maybe some phones have it, but they should all have it because then it's simple for people. They put in silent mode in it because what they're trying to do is they're trying to just make it so it doesn't make noise, but
Yeah.
it'll vibrate or something.
See,
and it's tricky to do that because most phones have multiple volumes for different things.
yeah.
If,
The
so
problem I've got is I keep forgetting to put it in airplane mode when I'm at work, and then I get a text coming in from Stub, which is just bullshit, and then I just have to remove it off my screen.
that there should be a silent mode where it's a one button push and the phone doesn't make noise.
Well, there is the other big solution: put the damn thing off altogether.
But see, here's the thing: is let's say you're a doctor, you can't have it off.
Right, well, you don't go to the snooker then. End of.
No
doctors allowed.
No, you can go. You can go to the snooker. Phone just has to be on silent because airplane mode you can't get anything.
Or vibrate mode.
Yeah, there's no simple way to do that on most phones. I don't think. I'll look on my phone right now.
You've got it's not so you've got to get into your telephone settings and mess about with that to do that. Anyway, Albinario on 48. This needs a bit of looking at because he's got problems here and he's going to have to do the damage right now with this 4-ball.
Yeah, he's got it. Well, yeah, he needs to move these. There's, the 1 or the 4. I'd probably move him right now just because you got a lot of chances to get a breakpoint ball. And he's sitting right on the 4, so I do it now. And,
that'll do it. But has he got anything to work with?
Yeah, not really.
Well, back of the pack, 14's right in the middle of the pack at the back.
And he can't bump
if he gets desperate.
Yeah, he can bump this 12 ball, but he's not going to bump it in a direction that's great. He can try to draw into the 9 ball. That's a little tricky to get it right, though.
Now, there you go. I've just went from YouTube and my phone there. I've just switched from top messages, which had 9 people, to all messages, which now has 13 people watching.
Yeah, that's
I don't understand this app.
My YouTube on the PC says 13. So he tried to bump the 9 over, and look where it went, right on top of the 13. So he basically tried to make a break ball, and instead he made a problem.
Yeah, I think this is threatening to break down in the not too distant future unless he gets a good bump here.
If he can shoot the 12 in the side and then bump into him, so he doesn't have that angle. He can shoot the 12 in the corner and run into him, or he can use the 14.
Yeah, he can brush. He can put a bit of right English in this and get a little tap.
That's what
he's doing.
I'd rather do it with the 12, and I'll tell you why. Because that's what was going to happen with the 14. With the 12, you could have hit the side of the 9 and had the 9 go sideways out for a break ball. With the 14, it was almost always going to do exactly what it did because of the direction the cue ball was coming. He needed to hit the 9.
Somebody give me an update on the football, please, because I forgot it was on tonight. And also give me an update in the snooker.
Yeah, I'll give you an update on snooker. I did work some on the table speed. So I've modified it, but it's not, I have to do a build. And right now that's a little bit of a problem. So it's coming, but I already did the work. It took me a little bit of time too. So it'll be in the next update.
So you did a little work. What sort of little work did you do in the table speed then, Steve?
Well, I had to go, I had to go find a good shot because the shot that you gave me, there was, 4 rail hits, and that's no good. I need something that, has one long rollout. And I found a shot like that. It has one rail hit and a rollout the whole way down the table. Um, it was Ronnie against some Chinese guy. So I calibrated it with that.
That's all of their names. There was nine of them in the World Championships, I think, and they're all called by the same name. That Chinese guy. That's what they're all titled by.
He's got this. It's a little thin, but this shot does go. This is not that thin.
It's a bit of a novelty because it's one into the side pocket, but he is a bit high in it.
Well, this is why on side pocket ones you want that ball, you can just stop it perfect. But you know what? This is not a ball you really should miss.
Famous last words.
If I was shooting this in real life, I'd be at least 90% on this. It's you just got to be used to back cutting it.
Well, he's giving it a good look.
The tendency, if you're not used to this, is coming up short, hitting short on the rail. That's the tendency.
Run is 56. He's nailed it.
Yeah.
And he's okay. He's got a bailout anyway.
I see that. I consider that a good shot. I don't consider that a great shot because I don't think that shot's that hard. He's supposed to make that.
He's got a bit of tidying up to do, particularly along that short rail. He's got to get that tidied up.
Yeah, well, I mean, the side pocket break hitting into the top ball. I mean, he's hitting the very top ball on the rack, and it's going to tend
he's going to send all of them down there. Yeah.
But this isn't bad. He can shoot the combo now if he wants.
No bailout down here.
He could wait. I mean, the 7 goes by the 8. Well, it's a little tight. I'm not sure what he's planning on. He may.
How does Willow do that? You mean the underarm thing? He doesn't use the rest. Is that what you're talking about?
I think he may just slide over and use the 11 ball to run into the 4 or 7. Let's see what he does. Well,
he's going to catch the 7, I think, but not much else.
Well, no, he could hit the 4 on here. He might even be able to hit the 6.
You think so?
Yeah,
well, he's not intended to do it anyway. He's coming the other way.
Yeah, he just wants a different angle.
Yeah, that's shallow, but he can certainly get in and bump something. But
yeah, the problem with that
in fact, he's not even playing the 1.
Well, with that angle, you could bump something and get locked. I mean, you got to have more angle than that.
Well,
okay, now he can run into the 7. I think it's going to double kiss.
Yeah, but he's going to play his break ball if he's playing the 10.
No, he's not. He's playing the 1.
Yeah, I don't see that was never going to do a great deal of damage in my eyes. I think he had to bite the bullet there and play the 10.
He was taking a chance there. I just don't understand why, with all those balls, he didn't get to the point where, I mean, when he could have shot that 11 ball with top right and come off that and run into the 6 or 7 at a nice angle. Anytime you're going like straight down into the balls like that,
well,
you risk like double kissing and have it just sit there like it did.
I think he's done for. I think he's done for here unless he gets something quickly.
He's had the 14-6 combo the whole time. He's always had the combination. He still has that if he wants to shoot it. I mean, not right now, but see, he's in there trying to break them.
Yeah, that'll do it. That's problem solved.
He did a good job of it. I mean, the good thing about that shot is it got rid of both clusters.
Right. So where's his break ball then? Is it going to be another side pocket break, you think? Or is he going to go down the rail into the top of the pack? Yeah.
See, again, guys on VP4 don't like to break with high balls, but that 8 ball is actually pretty good. And one of the reasons why it's good is because it's a long ways out sideways, which gives the top spin a chance to catch and turn the cue ball and drive into the top of the rack. Oh boy.
Well, there you go. Commentator's curse.
He solved his problem, and then
the run ends at 65. Bedhead will be relieved at that because that was looking like three figures. So now this is where you need the response.
I don't know how relieved you can be if you're Bedhead, because now you got to do something.
Yeah.
Roll Cage. Who's Roll Cage?
That's Popman.
Ah, Popman. How you doing, Popman?
Welcome, Popman.
How's your health? I haven't been on the stream for a while, so I don't know.
Well, we never told you about Coldest Pillow against Cobra. That match took place the other night. Coldest Pillow lost the lag. Cobra put him in, and then Coldest Pillow had the best break of the tournament. A nice medium pace from the right hand side of the rack. Caught the corner ball. Caught the short rail. Left-hand English spun the cue ball back into the spot where the corner ball was, and left Cobra nothing. And then Cobra tried to play a little dink and sneak behind the 6 ball to get onto the short rail, but left a ball exposed, and then Coldest Pillow was in.
You want to put a lot of top on this and wham it.
He just caught the top of the pack, no more.
Yeah. Well, he's
okay,
I
though.
mean, he could have put a little more top on and got a little more solid, but he's fine. I mean, I thought he needed to hit that with speed, because if you hit it easy, it can just stick in the top of the rack.
Well, Coldest Pillow then, from that opportunity, got a run of 44, and that was pretty much it. He had other chances and could not back it up, and fell away like a limp leak in the end. So he did. Break Magician. Yeah, well, you're a one-shot wonder if you'll get any credibility from what you've done so far. Slim's charging a fiver. A fiver for what? Hugh, bump your YouTube fee thingy up to £5 like Slim has. No, I'm a very reasonable streamer considering the amount of viewers I get. I don't demand people paying a fortune.
Hey, any of you guys have iPhones? We just did a new iPhone release for Virtual Pool 4, and it has online on it.
Does it?
Yeah. Doesn't have online where you can play against a PC. It's online against other. But we need to figure out how to.
You mean online against other iPhone users? So there's like 3 people the whole world going to VP4 in their iPhones.
Yesterday we had 3,700 people online playing.
Yeah, there you go. That's the way to go then. As long as you distribute iPhones to all of us, then we'll be quite happy. We'll join the team.
I'm assuming some of you guys have iPhones already. We're going to be doing another Android release, but it's going to be a little while, I think.
You should do Cameo. What the hell are you talking about now?
That's a problem. Is people that have PCs, they don't want to play on their phones.
No.
What you guys don't realize is that in a lot of parts of the world where they're poor, they don't have a PC. All they have is their phone. They do everything on their phone.
Well, I was watching all these truck driving and bus driving games that are on the phone. I was watching all of them on YouTube today, and that's exactly what I thought, because you've got the Bangladeshi bus driver and all the Indians and people in that part of the world, their main contact with anybody in the world is through their phones, so that's where they do a lot of their gaming as well.
Yeah, but very much so.
The games don't cost anything because it's the ads that pay for them.
Well, we have both paid and ads, both. So we do both.
Right. So
and Android will be more so ads, but it's a lot of freaking work to do all these things. I mean, I've been really busy, and I'm still working on the PC version for the next larger upgrade.
There's a guy on YouTube, and I've got one of these. Duel games. You know the duel games, 3 in a row and all that stuff. I can't remember what it's called. It's something Bejewels anyway.
Bejeweled. It's called Bejeweled.
No, not Bejeweled. I've got Bejeweled Blitz. I play it all the time. But this other one I've got is a game where it come up with adverts. But this guy, there's guys that give you loads of tips on YouTube about Android phones and little secrets that you can do. Now, whatever the hell he told me, and I watched the video, I now no longer get any adverts coming through the phone when I'm playing that game, and I used to get them. And so there's a setting in your Android phone that stops you getting these adverts coming through. Brilliant.
Yeah, well, we know how to fix that. They did that to us too. When we fixed it so they couldn't do that. Yeah,
oh dear.
We know those tricks.
Well, I didn't, and I was glad when I watched that video. Just a little tweaking in the settings, and that sorted it.
That's not going to work on VP. But if you're playing games on your phone, get VP4 for iOS. Because I need to get more people playing in the UK.
Yeah, because it's the only way you're going to get all the bloody bugs and crashes happening.
Well, no, we have a lot of people playing, but you know, it'd be easier to talk to people if there's a problem if they could speak English.
Does it work on iPad?
Yes.
I mean, I would have no need for any of these devices.
It does.
Oh dear, disaster! It's only 18.
Coldest pillow. The same build works on both iPad and iPhone. And let me tell you what, it's great on iPad. Yeah, I like it better because the phones are so small, you know. But it's really good on iPad. And you got your choice. It's got a power bar for the stroke, or you can put your finger on the stroke and move it, you know, like you do for the PC. You can do it either way.
Well, you mean set the power by then hit a button to play your stroke?
Well, you just pull it back on a power bar and release it. You can do it that way, or you can do it like you do on the PC, where you touch the touch screen on the Q and pull it back, and then the speed of your finger.
Right. Now, is that a combo?
Yeah,
that is a stone dead combo.
You know, they're both good, but I've got an iPhone now. The thing I like about the iPhone is how it integrates with the other things. My Apple Vision Pro, my Mac, the integration between devices is unbelievable on the Apple products.
I've only ever had two phones, and they're both Android. I don't know. I don't see any reason why I should ever change, considering that I only ever use the phone at work.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is if you're already used to Android and you don't do a lot of like cross-device integration, there's, you know, I mean, the Android phone works if you're used to it, then I wouldn't change.
Well, Albinario has a chance to take this match away from Bedhead.
But we are going to have an Android release coming, so you'll be able to play here, and you know, you can go in and just do auto match and online, and you know, you can either play a friend, which means you have to know them, like somebody that you've been messaging with or something. You can pick somebody that you've been messaging with and invite them. Or
what do you mean, Stub? No, that ain't happening.
Well,
because he's the only one that sends me messages.
The key word is pick. You can pick somebody. It doesn't have to be Stub.
I'll need to put them in the block list. Oh dear.
But you can also do auto match, which just kind of whoever's waiting to play, you'll hook up with them. Well, yeah, let me know what you think, or if you find any problems. Any of you guys can email me anytime, vp4@solaris.com. You have comments or problems or whatever, you can
don't hold back, by the way, if you ever do get it. Don't hold back, let them know.
Well, when I say it's VP4, it's full VP4. It's got Pro Tour Career, Hustler Career, Online. It's got almost everything that the PC version has.
So in that case, then it'll still have the touch and ball bug when the black ball gets respotted in snooker.
Yeah, it does have a rating system. Has.
Just thought I'd get that in.
It's easier
That's the
to
one
tell.
thing to look out for.
It's actually easier to tell you what it doesn't have because it doesn't have the videos, the teaching videos. It's got quick play, pro tour play, hustler play, online play,
Trick
settings,
shot.
store. There's no trick shots. No.
No.
So it's got most of it. We may add trick shots to it.
Oh, this is certainly going to be worked. He's got that dead set combo that was there right from the start, so he's taking that. I think he could take the 6 right now and deal with that while he's on it.
Yeah,
I think he can nip that in.
I think Bedhead is going to rue that miss because 18 is not going to do it against Albany.
Yeah.
You got to figure that he's going to be doing 50s and up just about every time he gets to the table.
I lost already. Oh, are you playing it right now? Oh, Coldest Pillows. He's playing it right now. Oh dear. Well, can you not live stream that? I'm sure you must be able to live stream that to YouTube. Set up a channel and get it up and running. We can go and watch that if this gets boring. Oh dear. Well, I can live stream a game from my phone, so I can. I can't remember exactly how you do it, but I know I can.
Yeah, and it's going to be pretty cool. It doesn't have some of the flexibility VP has right now. Online is just you play a single game, but
challenge room style.
Yeah, we may expand it, but I mean we're going to put more features in online. Right now it's very simple, but we won't do what we did on a PC because people's play times on phones tend to be pretty short. You know, people want to play a little bit and then they're off of it. It's not like on the PC where they'll sit there for hours. For most of them.
I take it as just basically a VP4 port to it, so the rooms are all the same, or so there's no design difference in the rooms?
No.
Right.
But it was a lot of work, as it was. Yeah, that's a major deal to do something like that. We've got Apple Vision Pro too. Of course, none of you guys are going to have that, but we did an Apple Vision Pro port, and we're going to go on Meta.
Well, there's a dead set combo in there.
Yeah,
Stone Dead 7 and 8, 7 and 6.
We're making a big push to work on VP. You know, we hadn't done a whole lot for a while. We're making a big push right now, and
now, one suggestion I would have in the back of my mind is the route that you never wanted to go down. That is more user integration in online, i.e. in tournaments and stuff like that, because that's what others, not naming names, that's what other road that they went down.
Yeah, well,
I don't know how much it gets used though. I mean, I set a tournament in the other place and it was full up, but I don't know how other people actually do that very much at all because I'm never there.
It's actually pretty easy to put user tournaments in. It's not a hard thing to do. It's just right now we're working on more not specific kind of stuff like that. We're working on major things like graphics and stuff like that. Not so much.
I hope it still works on my PC. My Windows 10 PC that's soon to die at the end of the month or whenever.
We're still going to support lower spec machines. I mean, but we're going to have much higher end stuff too.
Yeah, never mind that. Let's just hope my PC's still working.
Well, yeah, I hope you've been saving up because you're going to need a new PC.
No.
There's no doubt about it.
No. I've got a Titan X graphics card. That'll handle it, no problem. I can run these. The only thing is, remember when we did the test in the different graphic settings in VP4, everything lagged up. Initially,
But
when you did that sort of very early test you did, you know, the one with the floating shadows that we had on the table. You remember that?
well, I don't know.
I remember it.
I had all kinds of things that.
Yeah, well, you pulled the plug in that not long after we tried it because it was too laggy.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's going to be some big graphics upgrades. The cards are way more powerful than they used to be.
Well, it'll be a long while before I'll be getting this thing. The only way this is going to happen is if the PC completely dies, and then that's me backed into a corner. Then I have a choice whether I'm staying online or I'm not.
It's going to be a long while before we have something that we're going to want to release. I mean, this is not going to be, this is not trivial doing this kind of stuff. It's a major deal. Hell, I've lost probably a week because my system just crashed. And you think, oh, well, that can't be that bad. Well, not on a development system. And, I've been upgrading things to newer versions and it just pretty much broke everything. So it's been difficult.
He's going to have to be careful. He was intended looking at taking that 12 ball there. So he'd have to get up the table to take the 7 next, and then hoping. He doesn't need a bump. That's the problem. The only problem he has is the fact that the 8 ball is in the triangle, and that's no good.
Yeah, he's got problems there.
Well, I think he's intended to keep. I'm assuming he's keeping the 7 ball for a side, for a long rail break.
Yeah, he's going to have to stun this if he's going to plan on shooting the 8 next, because it'll. Yeah, he's going to have to hit this. Okay,
right,
he just ought to go forward, so that's fine.
Well, he should be fine, just into the middle of the table, but not too. He needs to come up by the side pockets here. He doesn't want this to be far too square.
Yeah, this is not going to be the optimal break.
He wants to get to there
because the biggest problem with this break shot is the 7 ball is so high that he has to kind of.
Look at this.
He's got to spin it forward.
Almost the commentator's eye.
It's going to be going pretty straight into this rack. This could get stuck. Just depends on how he hits the rack. Oh,
now what's
hit right on the top ball.
Steve, I know it's probably not a big priority or a priority at all, but do you test VP on Steam Deck, Steam's that handheld game thing? That's a good point.
No, we haven't. I mean, we could.
And he says it. He asked because it works perfectly nowadays. So have you played VP4 on Steam Deck? Because I think all the games you have in your library in Steam, can you not just play them on the Steam Deck anyway? I don't know enough about it. But that's a valid point.
Yeah, well, I mean, Steam's done a good job with compatibility if it's able to run on it now. And I got no idea, Brain Fallout. That's not a question I can answer at this point.
Is that not like the best part of 300 quid for a Steam Deck?
What the hell is a Steam Deck?
It's like a handheld games console, Steve, with a screen in the middle and the controls left and right.
Okay, so he's using an emulator run on a Linux desktop.
I'm not in Steam Deck, but I use Steam's Proton same tech to do it on Linux. No, that's totally lost me.
I used to have a what the hell is it? What's the name of the VM I had? I had a VM and I had a Linux build on my PC, so I could just switch over and run Linux on my PC. I don't right now, but it's easy enough to test it. I mean, I've got dedicated Linux boxes, but they're so old and they don't have good graphics cards. So I would just put a VM on and run Linux on my PC, and it's pretty easy to test it. Well, it's nice it works on Steam Deck, but the interface may not be that good. Like, when we did iOS and we're doing the phone and the iPad with the touchscreen, I mean, we make it work good on that. If you go to something that's like a handheld game thing and you're using a joystick or whatever, it's probably it's probably not going to be that good.
Well, that was the question I was going to ask next. Is that Steam Deck? It's not touchscreen, is it? It's purely controllers, like an Xbox controller thing, really, but with the screen in the middle. Again, as I say, I haven't looked into it because I've got absolutely no interest in it whatsoever. No, it's touchscreen also, so there you go.
Yeah, but the thing is it's got to just run with, the touchscreen emulating the mouse. In other words, on the iPad and the iPhone, we've built the interface to work with touchscreen. So it's going to be a better designed interface than a touchscreen emulating the mouse. Well, this is a key shot, and Albin knows where the cue ball is going. A lot of people would try to rub the 9 ball there, and he knew it wasn't going to rub.
Now, is that a combo?
No, he's going to shoot the 11. He's going to shoot the 9, shoot the 11, unless he wants to keep the 9. Will it throw in? I think it will. Those balls, if you hit the left side of the 11, he could have thrown that in. He was scared. I think it would have thrown in.
Well, it's back of the pack then, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's more than obvious, I think.
But that's also a mark of a good player is, it was kind of a maybe throw in and you can take the chance.
So Albinario, well into 3 figures, 42 so far and counting.
Now this one you want to hit with top left, and that's what he's doing. And the reason why I say that is because when you're hitting that late in the rack, you got to go around like this, 3 rails. And he didn't get around the corner, but he played the right shot. I think he's got the 14, he's got the 13, he's got the 10. Oh yeah, he's good.
Yeah, I think Bedhead's had his run. I think that's it.
Well,
Albinario's going to do it in 2 visits, basically.
Maybe, we'll see. I mean, you never know in this game. Yeah, you watch these great players. I mean, just phenomenal players in real life play straight full. And you realize it's hard when you see them screw up. I mean, I don't care how good you are. It's hard to do long runs.
Well, everything. The beauty about it is, as a spectator, the beauty about it is you're watching somebody who's in a nice, decent run, and everything's looking rosy, and just one wrong roll of the ball, and suddenly there's nothing. And we've seen that happen. Nothing, you can take nothing for granted. Pretty much in every game that you play, but especially in this, when it's so vital that you have a shot on a ball somewhere, and you can easily end up with nothing.
Yeah, well, there's the cue ball movement required in this game is pretty sophisticated. Yeah. The patterns and sometimes very precise moves, but the other end of it is just making dumb mistakes. Missing an easy ball, dogging a position. I mean, it's just really easy to make a mistake. And
I think one thing would also be the fact that you could be at the table for such a long period of time, whereas in other games you're not used to that. If you're playing 10 ball, 9 ball, yes, you're running a rack. You're running a rack in 3 minutes at the most, maybe. Yeah. And whereas in this, you have to have that concentration there and not let it drop, Because
you're right.
you could be at the table 20 minutes, an hour. You goodness knows how long you could be there, and that's where you can easily get distracted and start getting too loose. And suddenly, when things are looking good, cold as pillow, you make a dumb mistake.
You got to keep your focus.
And you let Cobra back in.
And it's very difficult. I mean, it's the thing is you look at every single shot you're taking, you got 2 chances to screw up. you got the object ball you can miss, and you got the cue ball you can screw up. So if you're going to run 150 balls, that means there's 300 chances to screw up. How many people can go 300 times without screwing something up? Not very many.
Well, you look at Jason Shaw. Goodness me, how lucky was he? Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Albinario.
To get high runs, you got to get a few breaks. There is a little luck involved, but it's mostly playing the right way, and then keeping your focus. So this is a nice little break shot. See, this one is hard to scratch on, and the reason why.
You hang on a minute.
Okay, so the reason why that happened is because he didn't draw it.
He's going to have to play the combo. He's going to have to play the billiard off the 4 with the 3 ball, and he can't get to that either. He's dead.
You want to get that cue ball curving so that it can ricochet off. If you go straight across and you hit the rack just right, that's exactly what it's going to do. You got to draw that some to get the cue ball curving.
I don't even think he's got that. He's far too close to the 12. I was going to say the combo and the 7 into the side, but he's far too close to the 12.
I don't
know whether he can get it.
No, I think he can make it. He's got to throw it. He's got to put a lot of right-hand English on it.
Well,
but I think it will throw in. I do. He doesn't have to throw it that much.
Well, this is Hobson's choice. He ain't got much else to go on. So
I think he can go dead straight if he puts a lot of right English on it. I think it'll throw enough. Can't hit it too hard, but now he can try to cut it. But the reason why I don't like cutting this 12 ball, I'd rather just throw it, is that it's very difficult to line up. What is he doing? He's cutting it a little and put a little English on it. I don't know about this.
Well, he's got it. What was the problem?
That was easy. Perfect.
It was easy at the end of it. But he's still going to have to dig himself out a hole here, I think, though. Well, hang on.
Did you see how much that threw with just a little tip position? That was really well played.
This is he's going to have to play the billiard this time, maybe, for a 3 onto the 4 and into the pocket.
Yeah, that's a carom. And that's real tight. I don't think he can get the 3 ball over enough, can he?
No, he might not be able to get enough of it. I don't think. You might be right. He's going for it. That's what he's playing.
No, he's playing the 10 ball.
Well, I think for a secondary, he was looking at the 4.
He can bank the 14 too. I mean, the 14 banks, the 10 banks, or not the 10, the 14 banks, the 8 ball banks.
While we're at it, why doesn't he just cut the 12 off the table and cut that one into the side pocket then? Why doesn't he do that? That looks easier to me than any other bit of acrobatics.
Yeah, he could do that too. I agree. That actually doesn't look too tough.
I mean, that's a good line that it's sitting just to skim the one.
It's a little tricky visually, but the ball's close. I agree. I think that's the easiest combo.
Now I don't know what he's doing here. He's looking straight at the 3.
I think he's shooting a 3 ball.
Is he trying to get it off the jaw? Well, I don't know what the hell he saw there.
He tried to play it off the 4, but that's the one
he was never aiming to the 4. That's the problem. He wasn't. He was nowhere near it.
No, he was trying to, but I don't think it would go. You couldn't. Just couldn't throw it that far. I'm telling you, he was playing it off the 4 ball. Ask him after the end.
Well, last chance saloon, if ever you're going to see it. And you know where you stand when you're in this situation. You've only put 18 on the board on your first visit. So this is it. Let's settle back for the long run in.
But regardless, I think he had a bunch of shots that were easier than that 3 off the 4.
Yeah,
the one you said,
the
12-1,
that cut in the side looked very little problem to me.
The 8 ball bank, the 14 ball bank. The 14 ball bank was probably the hardest of the shots, other than the one he tried.
I don't think he really paid much attention to that cutting the 12 onto the one at the side. But if that was me, I think I would have played that sooner rather than any of the rest of them.
Well, I think the reason he didn't play the black coldest pillow is because you know, it was actually a little tricky. You had to watch the speed. If you shot it straight in the corner, you know, you
Yeah,
could
but
scratch.
you
If you
were
shot the bank, you could scratch.
but you had a lot of hamper there as well, didn't you? With the other ball, you were queued over to
Yeah,
get to it.
you were in a laundry on that one, but still, I mean, what he tried was very difficult.
Well, this is a perfect example of talking about, you know, concentration and holding things together when you have to, because this is exactly what Bedhead has to do. I mean, this is no good if he doesn't. I mean, let's just lay it in the line here. If he doesn't get to three figures, you know, 24 he's on at the moment. If he doesn't leave the table here in three figures, he's out the game probably.
Well, the thing is, if Albin plays 100 balls and he makes 2 mistakes, and you know, Bedhead's going to make 4 mistakes.
Mm.
And I'm not talking about concentration. I'm just talking about, you know, Bedhead's patterns aren't as good. You know, he doesn't play as good a straight pool, so he's going to tend to make more mistakes. I'm not saying he can't make a big run, because he's certainly capable of it.
So we're using the 2 ball, we would assume. And he has the 1 ball, which if he drops that in the side, if he needs to, he could get on the 2, no problem. But whatever he's doing here, I was going to say he's hampered. He's okay.
Yeah, I think the order of the day here for Bedhead is he's going to have to come up with a really big run right now, because he can't afford to let Albin back to the table. So he needs a monster run here. He needs to run at least 100 balls.
Well, I think the other interesting part about this visit is in these following racks, assuming he's going to be here for a little while, is what's he going to do if something's dodgy and he's not sitting good? Is he going to take that risk, or is he going to do the sensible thing and just tie something up? You know, just nail the cue ball to a ball and leave Albinario nothing.
I think it just depends on the situation. I mean, sometimes you have to shoot a sketchy shot.
Well, it could be just in do or die mode, just go for the hell of it and, you know, live or die by the sword.
You got to either come back or go forward. That was a little bit too much stun for my taste.
He's going to have to cut that 9 in the side. I don't think he's got anything else, but it's not the 9, it's the 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is sitting pretty good. I mean, he can.
Now, do you try and nip down to the back of the pack here and take a little risk that you can get on that 8 and smack these balls from the back end, or do you hang about?
It's going to the back unless you hold it. See, he tried to hold it, and I didn't like that.
Yeah.
I would have just let it run and go back behind the 14.
See, if he was there, he was fine. If he rolled to there, he was fine.
Well, it was natural to just go right behind the 14 and get that angle on the 8. I'm not, you know, it's just.
Well, I think he's going to see. The problem now is he's going to have to cut back that 6 and play this 14 and then play the 8. The way this is shaping up.
This is yeah.
But look at the way the camera is. By the way, you notice that. Look at the way the cat. This is still a bug in VP4. Look at that. Sideways.
Yeah, it can get stuck. Okay, that was a very good shot. So,
well, this is what he's going to do.
He can just roll this one and get on the 8 nicely.
And he wants to get to there.
Well, he will if he just rolls it. Yeah. See, I would.
Well, he's gone too straight again. He's stunned it. He's got an angle, but he's going to have to hammer it.
If he rolled at pocket speed, the cue ball would have gone 2 or 3 inches more. I don't understand why he's tried to stun run there.
Yeah, going to have to jack up a bit here, I think. No, he's not even doing it. He's going to try and get a better angle, is he? I don't think that's any better.
Well, he can off the 10, but the problem you're running into is you're running out of balls to safety.
Yeah, exactly it. That's exactly the problem. He's running out of the balls. Now he's checking. Is he checking up?
And he's still got the wrong angle.
I don't know where the hell this is going. I honestly haven't a clue what he's up to here, and I'm not quite sure that he does either.
I can tell you where it's going. It's going nowhere fast.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that shot there, the one we talked about, just rolling through for that 8 ball, and then all the damage would have been done. And he's going to have to, you know what he's going to have to do? He's going to have to come through in the 1 and cut it and break into them that way. And he ain't doing that either. So now he's got one chance. He's got to get out and into the table for the 7 ball, or it's sayonara. That's what he's going to have to do.
Yeah, this is
He's got to go over this side.
He looks
He's got to keep
uncomfortable
going.
now.
He's way, way short. Unless he spotted something that I haven't seen.
Well, I think he
And
can catch. I think he can catch a piece of the. Well, let's see. Does the 5 go?
Good luck with this.
You know what? I think the 5 goes off the 11.
Off the 11.
Yep, I do. I think it's sitting real good to just hit the 7 into the 13. I think.
Well, there's a possibility, but I mean, is he that? He might be that desperate. He's going to have to.
That's the shot I like. I think it'll go. You got to hit it with speed.
Now, see if he goes back to the first option, which is cut the 7. He has to cut that at a fairly softish pace to catch in this 4 ball.
He'll get a little of the 4 ball if he cuts it, but I like playing the 5 ball off the 11. I mean,
right.
I don't know if he's even looking at it, but that would be my choice. Do I know it's going 100%? No.
No, but there's a fair chance that now he's trying to get cover, and he's got the cover. Although, well, I think that, I mean, to me, that's a sensible enough shot that he didn't take a silly risk. I mean, that's if you're desperate to stay at the table. And he used a bit of common sense here and not, throwing all the eggs into one basket.
If you don't really think the 5 ball's going off the 11, that's the shot to play.
Now, what does he do here? Because this is not set in stone, this combo, but it's a bit of bait there for him. Is he going to take it?
This combo will throw. I think it's close enough you can throw this in. You got to just not hit it too hard. And the biggest problem with that is you could get stuck there against the balls, but the combo will throw in.
Yeah. I'm not sure that he's even looking at it. And then again, I'm not sure what he is looking at. If he isn't looking at it, well, now he's back at it. So there's a little gap.
I think the balls are close enough, it'll still throw. So that's the thing about throw is if the balls are close enough, you'll still get it. So he's got to hit this at fairly low speed because otherwise it may not throw enough.
I don't know when you asked, does the 8 go? That might have been 3 racks ago. I'm sorry, we might have been too busy looking at the game rather than the chat.
Oh, he played it the other way. So he cut the ball back. That was a beautiful shot.
Right, there's a replay.
He cut it back the other way. That was tricky.
Yeah.
And he hit it perfect.
Went in perfectly.
Yeah, he had to cut that a lot to get that to go.
Right, 7 ball then is a break ball, I presume. Let's have a look how far that is. That's right at the corner of the pack, but it'll do. It'll do nicely.
Yeah, 7 ball's fine. He can even go forward on that. Coming down on that last ball, you can go forward with a cue ball.
3-2 to Judd. Well, they only play 8 frames, so it's been going quite slow.
Oh, boy.
It's still a long way behind if you're Bedhead looking at the scoreboard, but that's the least of his worries.
At this point, you can't score watch. You just got to keep running balls.
You just got to keep potting them and doing the right things. So he could use that. Well, he's going to cut the 5 first of all, is he? I was going to say he could use the what ball is that? It's a 9 ball to get to the 7, but you could, if you roll it out long, your cue ball's running out into position. And if you're rolling it into the side, you can hold the cue ball. Dead easy to get on the 7 or get good on the 7 doing that.
Well, I'm not sure what that was. I mean,
I'm not sure now either. Consider now he's having to get rid of his break ball, so he's committed to the 5 then, and it's right tight at the corner of the rack. I mean, can he get into that? Is that not? That is touching. Well, I think he's okay as far as the ball isn't in the rack. Well, that's going as well now.
He's not taking any chances. So this break shot is an interesting one. So you're going 2 rails into the rack. This isn't a terrible break shot. It's just he got a little thin on this. he's going to need to put a lot of English on this, or he could miss the rack. Even with a lot of English, he could miss the rack.
This is going round the house. He's hitting nothing, by the way.
Well, with no English, he's hitting nothing for sure.
There you go. I mean,
yeah, I don't know. Maybe he thought he could catch the 4-ball on the way in. That was
well. Again, I think the pattern play there was wrong for a start.
It's safety time.
Yeah. And I think he had a very good opportunity to keep that run going there, but he went about it all wrong, from what I saw.
Well, he got safe. I think he might be able to cut this 11 ball. It's a hell of a cut. But, getting it stuck on the ball like that, I mean, if that thing had just the 1/8 of an inch, he could shoot the 3-ball, but it's stuck right on the 14.
Well, is Albinario going to take the risk here? I think he is. There you go. You called it. Where's the cue ball going? Cue ball's fine. Well, this is a run to the finish line now for Albie.
Well, he's going to bust him right here, I think. He could hit this and go to something else, but if I was him, I'd bust him right now. This is good enough.
Oh, that did very little there. Very little.
He didn't get into them that good, and there were some gaps in there. That's the problem with having gaps in the rack. But he got enough out to work with. I mean, it's sometimes straight pulls like this where you bump a few out and.
Oh, I think he wants to. Yeah, well, he's took the opportunity there to draw into them. That's improved the situation a bit.
Yeah, that improved the situation a lot. I mean, everything goes except the 12-6. So even that goes. The 6-ball goes too. Yeah, he doesn't even have to bump any balls at this point.
Well, coldest pillow. It's looking like it's going to be Albinario and yourself. Not jumping to any conclusions here, I don't think, but you're going to have to come up with something exactly like you did against Cobra, except score double the amount on the first visit you get if you're going to put pressure on this guy.
Well, he's got the 8-ball he can break on. He'll probably try to make something else, but the 8-ball isn't that bad a break ball. It's just if you're going to play that, you've got to go top spin. You don't want to stick it in the rack.
If he just nips into the gap there and takes that risk, because you've got a bailout ball there on the side. If he just stuns this in and tries to get in that gap, he can get rid of the 6 right now.
Yeah, I think
after he pots the 5.
I think he can break on the 1-ball too.
Yeah, it's outside the rack. It's tight though.
Well, there's one pocket Slim. Did he ever show up?
No, Slim hasn't been around. I'm assuming he's busy at work or working late, whatever. I was hoping he was going to turn up so I could get to bed. And he could cover this.
Well, obviously he's not going to play the 1-ball as a break ball, so it's going to be the 8 unless he makes something. And
he's now dealt with the problem. 10-ball to get to the 8-ball looks dead easy, doesn't it?
Yeah. 6, 14, 10. You just need to get the cue ball on the rail. Well, it would have been nice to come back a little more. That's kind of a funny angle. Yeah, he's fine.
So he's going to run inside.
You just want to get this on the rail. Just like that. Now the key thing here is you got to hit this with topspin. You don't want to go into the rack and get stuck. So you want to drive the ball. You're going to hit it pretty hard with top. You can't scratch on this unless you get unlucky. See, that's too easy.
He's not hit it hard.
No, but he's okay. I mean, you can play with the rack like this. But the reason why I don't like that speed is because if it hits the rack the right way, you could get stuck. Oh my God.
Well, look at that for a miss. Would you believe it? Now, there's an exact example of just taking your eye off the ball. He could have squeezed that tighter to get to the 2. It's just caught the knuckle. Big pockets that still don't go in when you do that.
Yeah. I was trying to throw it a little and it didn't go in.
Well, the last time was Last Chance Saloon. Here's another one.
Yeah, so he's on 38. He needs 12.
Bedhead's full of confidence. He says you won't get back to the table, Kay. Well, I'll tell you something. I'll believe that when I see it.
Well,
But he is capable of doing it. But as a tall order,
he needs 105. I mean, he's done that before, so he could do it. I think he needs to relax and play in a little better rhythm. He's just looked kind of stiff and not real confident. If he can just relax and play, I think he's got a chance to do it.
Well, I think Bedhead was all set to go home there, but he's been thrown a lifeline. Is Albinario going to get away with it, or is he going to get the full treatment, the full punishment? That'd be nice to see. Yeah, but he knew he wasn't going to have to break sweat there, Larry. Is that right? Bedhead getting 106 against Larry. He knew the trackball mouse would kick in and let him and give him plenty of chances.
So we've got a German in here spectating, James Jam.
He's been around He's been around VP4 for years.
Yeah, I wonder if he plays straight ball. The Germans are one of the few people that play straight pull. There's not much straight pull here. I mean, the better players play it some, but even then, not that often. Larry says you ran 106 against me. Well, that's enough.
Yeah. I need another one of them then. Oh, hang on a minute. He might have done his best to try and bury that.
That's not wonderful. The 13 does go on the side, but that's not so much fun.
No,
he's probably going to play the 11 on the 2.
Yeah. That's his bailout. This is bail out and watch the cue ball where it gets bumped. You don't know what's going to happen. You're going to have to hit this a wee bit.
The cue ball should be good. He should be shooting a 3 after this, or the 311. Wow, he jacked up on that.
Now, what ball did he call there? Because the 11 went in before the 2. The assumption is he was calling the 2.
No, it doesn't matter. Order does not matter. All that matters is the ball went on the pocket that was called.
Well, he's got a good, a nice novelty break shot if he wants to cut the 3 into the side and smack into the side of the pack that way. Because right now he's got nothing. Unless you go to the back of the pack, which is well, that doesn't count either because that's in the pack, that 7 ball, and 5 balls outside the corner.
The 13 ball works. He can use the 13 ball.
Oh, it's okay. Never noticed that. Yeah.
Well, he's taking his time here looking at this.
Well, he's got to obviously get rid of that 5 ball as well. If the intention is keeping that 13 there, he has to then get rid of these 2.
Well, the 5 ball opens up the 15 and 10, so you want to get rid of that now.
Now, is he coming through? Is he coming through the gap here? Yeah, that's what he's doing. Commentator's eye. Where's the cue ball going? Oh! And I think he's actually got a shot, believe it or not. The 3 ball does go. He's got half a pocket.
Oh, he does.
If he's hitting it through the gap, he could do a crazy cut into the side, but could probably end up scratching.
Yeah, you got that 3 ball goes, and the one goes past the 15. So he's going to have to shoot the 3. He doesn't have any choice. He could cut this in the side pocket, or he could shoot it in the corner. I actually almost like to cut in the side pocket better myself. That's a big ass pocket. He's looking at the corner. I think I'd shoot it in the side.
Well, he can't underhit this because he has to get that cue ball over. Then he's caught the 13.
And that's why I don't like that. Because those balls just look like they just become gigantic. I would have cut it in the side just because more often than not, that's exactly what I do when I try to shoot that ball.
Just another example of how easy it is to get yourself out of line in this game.
Well, I'm not sure where he thought the cue ball was going. Like he kind of stunned that 5 ball a little to get through the gap. I thought he could have just rolled it. I didn't think
Well,
he
that's
needed
what
to
I
spin
thought.
it.
Yeah, I just thought the natural angle was it was going to come through the gap.
Yeah, he did. He did some manipulation. I don't think he needed. I think that hurt him.
Well, welcome to Blind Hog. He's been sitting there all the time, has he? Oh no, he's just arrived. I didn't notice. I just saw it in the chat.
Yeah, he got here just in time for the end because this is what you call all over. He needs 10 balls.
Well, he's got the 13 as a break shot, hasn't he? That'll do it.
Yeah, 13's a great break shot. He's just got to get on the one the right way.
Jam's seen enough. He's seen enough. He's left the building.
Well, that's
I
not
don't
the
know
way
that was the
be.
best shot. That wasn't the best shot he's ever played right there.
Now he's got to go 3 rails to get on the 13.
Yeah, round the houses.
And he's going to have to hit this a little because he's kind of straight on this.
1, 2, 3. Now that looks not bad. He's going to be well inside, a lot more well inside than he intended to, but it's better than nothing at all.
Now this one you don't have to hit that hard. The angle he's coming into the rack, I don't think chances are he can't get stuck. So this one I would hit like, just kind of medium speed. Just like that. And as soon as I say that, he gets stuck.
I think he's blocked off in the 8.
No,
he's blocked off and he's got
the 2 ball goes.
Just got a shot in the 2. Yeah, he's okay.
Yeah, as soon as I say it's not going to get stuck, he does.
That's what I love about this game. You're thinking everything's going sweetly and it's all fine, and boom, something just jumps up and grabs you and you're stuck and dead.
Is that what's going on here, Coldest Pillow? Bedhead's dodging you? I got to say, Coldest Pillow, you've really improved. I mean, you were in contention in the last one. You're in contention in this one. I mean...
Yeah, he's going to have to improve, though. I think lapses of concentration are what done him with Cobra, because he had chances to take the match away from Cobra. He doesn't realise that, or he hasn't worked that out yet, but he definitely did. And when you don't do that and take those chances, that Cobra's going to get you.
Come on, Hogger. Don't listen to Hogger, Coldest Pillow. You got to believe.
So 3 balls he needs are all there.
I beat lots of guys I wasn't ever supposed to beat. You got to believe.
So, Coldest Pillow's biggest fan, no naming names, we all know who that's going to be. It begins with a C. And he's sitting in the final. That's who your biggest supporter is, Coldest Pillow.
So this for the match. Pillow. Drill Albin and Drill Cobra both.
And it is all done and dusted. So that was like, what 4 or 5 visits that Albie ended up having there in the end with those little errors he threw in. 150 points to 54.
Well, not so confirmation. Best play there.
We have the semi-final. Oh, now, what's the deadline in it? I never looked. Let's have a look. The deadline is May the 6th for the one-loss side or semi-final match between Albinario and Coldest Pillow. And the winner then plays Cobra in the final in a race to 300, which has a deadline of May the 11th. So by that time, this whole thing will be done and dusted. In the meantime, one quick reminder before we go. The 9-ball World Championships, plenty of seats still available. There is 38 open seats. So the sign-ups has sort of dropped off and died on this. And it's still the usual ones that are there.
I wasn't sure whether we get more than 32. I thought we might, because a lot of times we've gotten up in the 40s. At this point, it'd probably be better if we just stopped at 32. But I'm not
Well,
going to change it.
no, I
people
think we'll still get more in it. You'll still end up having buys, of course, but you'll still get more people signing up. Once this is done, and then it's the main event of the evening that shows up.
We'll probably get 33, and the two guys that have to play the first match will be Cobra against Albin.
Too bad you admitted to taking performance-enhancing drugs. I smell a DQ coming. So obviously Albinario's on, inverted commas, medication for his illness.
Hey, you know what? This is the one sport where PEDs are legal, so you can take all you want.
All right. Well done to Albinario. Better luck next time to Bedhead. At least we got the match done. What time is it? Well, it's 10 to well past my bedtime, so I ain't hanging about, folks. Yep. Thank you, Steve, for your company. Thanks to all that's watching, and we'll bid you all a good night.
Good night.
And take care. See you again soon.